What's up, everyone? Just Creamy here. We're gonna be taking a look at this small lakes game against a certain new player. You don't really know this player. His name is That, being played by some mythic RNG. Yeah, he's some random 1K elo player. He's just some nobody. But even though he's not really anyone in particular, he still played this game really well. And if I make even one mistake here, I could be the one to lose. Cause look, let's get started. Cause you can see that my suburb resources aren't looking too good, especially when I expand over here. See this shoreline and the resources. It's not looking very great, and we're up against Hoodrick, which is arguably the better tribe in this map type and size. It's small lakes going. So no, seeing all my resources here and on the other suburb potentially as well, I decided to go for meditation here because I see all these resources. It's not looking too good, and I figured that the meditation monument would help me get my Park of Fortune faster, which will boost my eco in these other series that I struggle to level up, and so that's why I went for meditation. But then we see, which is it's a yeah, meditation is a really risky play here because we can see Hodrick's terrain in this here, and it wouldn't be unlikely for them to attack us, and we wouldn't be able to just fight back for the next 4 or 5 turns because we have meditation. So it's a bit of a risky play, but I figured it was worth it because I needed to take a risk. I was not in a very great position so far, so risks like this were needed, and that's exactly what I played for. And let's see how that plays out. So we capture the village, grab org because we can upgrade our C3 with org, and then unfortunately we don't meet our opponent, so we don't get any meeting stars to upgrade our cap, but at least we do get this lighthouse, which is pretty helpful for the next turn. It'll give me a bit of boost in my economy, I suppose, which makes up for the lack of workshop if I had taken that instead over here. So yeah, I move my Mindbender forward, and okay, get this. It gets sniped. It gets sniped by Hodrick's archer, which is very bad. And then I see all these mountains blocking here in the way. I just know that I won't be able to expand in this south direction because of all these mountains unless I get climbing, which my economy is a bit too weak right now to even afford climbing. So everything in this southern area, Hoodrick's just gonna get it. There's no contesting it. So because of that, I figured that these villages here were primarily the ones that I could work with for the rest of this game, and Hoodrick's gonna be taking this area. But we try to play for it anyway. We try to play for that. So we do a bit of defending, and we meet Hodrick. But we also finally get our Altar of Peace, which allows us to upgrade our capital for resources, allowing us to get this riding. Now I get riding because Rhodes is gonna help me upgrade this city. Rhodes is gonna help me get a giant on cap. I believe if I manage to snag this city or another lighthouse at least. Switch, so it's pretty good. I also wanted the riders to like help in this ruin. So all in all, riding was like my go-to tech to go with. And there's also one thing. Hoodrick did not seem to finish off my Mindbender, which is strange to say the least. They sniped it earlier, so they had vision at least when it was over here, but they didn't kill it. so they probably don't have vision on this tile here, which is why they didn't move their archer forward, or they preferred to expand. I don't know, but either way, this Mindbender survived, and you're gonna see that it's gonna be proved to be quite a hassle for Hoodrick in this entire game, because you saw the video, you saw the title of this video. This thing is gonna do lots. We're gonna get crazy heal values. Let's just no, that's enough spoilers. Let's look at the rest of the game. I finally get roads to upgrade the city and get an explorer to see what's going on with Hoodrick. I see they have a vet sword ruin, and we just barely missed that high task, but it's fine because we get a ton of good info. We can see their capital, it seems, is a bit on the coast. There's a lot of water in this area, and there's also like water here, and so that made me think that it might be possible to snag this ruin at the very least if Hoodrick expanded backwards instead. So I figured to play for that. And another thing, since playing against really good players, even though this player is just a 1k elo nobody who's just a 1k elo nobody, and it's like his third game or something. Even though that it's only his third game, I noticed from his micro, he's actually playing pretty well, and I thought that if I did in fact delay this, if I did in fact take 2 turns like I normally would, 2 moves to reach to this ruin, I have a really strong feeling that Hoodrick is gonna unsiege that, because that's just what skilled players do. They kind of like, when they have vision, they sort of just see this in advance, and then they intercept it just on the right exact time. So I did a pretty snaggy play next turn here that you'll see exactly what it is. So you're gonna see it soon. I get this lighthouse, and there we go. I rode this warrior into the ruin, hoping to surprise our opponents, hoping to surprise Hoodrick, that they're just unable to intercept it on time because they probably didn't expect the roads play, and hopefully we can get the ruin with that surprise snatch that we just did, hopefully. And so I also get this village over here on the west. Hoodrick tries to attack me, but then I get a pop ruin. Yes, a pop ruin. Really good ruin in this turn, for sure. And I also snag this village, which is great. So I get a pop ruin, which, while I didn't really need the pop ruin to get a giant, because we already had these road connections here and we have these fruits as well, the pop ruin does allow me to place my Park of Fortune here, and then get double giant on turn. I don't know what turn it is. I can't see it because there's my camera recorder is blocking the way. Maybe I can move it. Nope, I can't move it. So anyways, yeah, double giant on turn, whatever turn this is, and it's just so. And Hoodrick, on the other hand, still doesn't have their own giant, so it's looking pretty good for me and pretty rough for our new player over here. It's we don't judge. It's only his third game. It's okay. We make it's a rough position, but that's completely understandable. Yeah. So we got 2 giants. We're gonna see how Hoodrick defends against that, and Hoodrick damages this rider, but doesn't seem to kill it at the very least. So that's good. They do manage to kill this warrior that was on the ruin. So yeah, if I didn't do that roads opening, I wouldn't have gotten that pop ruin on my capital, and I wouldn't have had 2 giants by this turn. So that Rhodes play was pretty pivotal in this game. It gave me a ton of value, and it gave me that contested ruin, which is really nice. So we continue playing as per usual. Hodrick's trying to pressure my cities with this vet sword and some archers, and in addition to that, they do some upgrading, get more archers. I move my Mindbender over here to keep it safe, and also to heal this giant and these two other units, which is nice. Mindbenders are really good at that. So, and as for this vet sword, I get fishing. Okay, and I get fishing to snag this east lighthouse from our opponent, and then yeah, as of course get Eye of God. Hopefully, let's see if this gets us Eye of God. Explorer, and it does get us this Explorer over there just in time to give us Eye of God for resources. We train some units, and sure enough, our opponent Hodrick does some pew pews, get some archers. They're gonna try to defend. They even got this catapult to stop my giants, and Hodrick here is a really good late game, so it seems that they're trying to play for like stall the game, because they'll eventually have the advantage of that. They seems to have the city advantage. Let's count 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 cities compared to my 1 2 3 4 5 6 cities, so they definitely have the city advantage. They just need to hold on and get their sawmills and get their defense going, and they should have the city advantage. Though this pile of water is a bit rough, but they're still Hodrick. Hodrick, the meta small X tribe. So it's still they still have a lot to play for here. They still have some stuff to play for if they manage to stall. But now I get free spirit in advance. Why did I get it in advance? It's because this was a live game, and I wanted to see how much chivalry and knights costs without having to calculate the stars of free spirit alongside that, because I know I'm gonna get it. I know I'm gonna be using the tech anyway, so why not just get it earlier, sooner, so I can calculate the stars a little easier. I can do the math a bit easier. So that's what I did, and I hide the Mindbender back to prevent it from getting hurt, to keep it healing my giant, which is now in a more vulnerable position because of their catapult. It certainly pushed my giants back, but that catapult, though it was pretty strong, I'm still IMO, and IMO has Philo, which allows them to get techs like chivalry with a little bit cheaper than most other tribes. So I'm not sure about this catapult play, to be honest. It pushed me back and delayed the game pretty well, but chivalry is still a really good tech. So yeah, I do some damage here. He does that. Hodrick, of course, sees my knight and tries to play around it. He does this. He does a siege with his vet sword and then damages my giant, maybe to delay my siege on the center of the map, to sort of just stall even further from me pressuring their cities here. And so they do exactly that. And then they finally get their giant, capture that city, and then I do this with my knights because I don't see any other good chains yet. Oh hey, sup Arvini. They don't have any chains yet, and I still haven't gotten much kills of this knight, but it did still prevent their catapults and their units from sieging in and stalling even further. So that's really good. Oh no, it's raining. I do this to get some vision. Do this Rider Siege to get some vision. I get another Pop Ruin, which might be a bit overkill, but with hunting it does get us another giant on our cap, so it's not bad. It's pretty okay. It's okay. Oh, and I trained this on another Mindbender over here, and you might see where this is going. I'm pressuring Hodrick's city over here. There's a giant, and I'm looking at this. They have their first giant now, so they have Park of Fortune, and I'm just fully expecting this giant them to unsiege this city pretty soon. And so I trained this Mindbender for guess what it's gonna do, and so, yeah, that's Hodrick tries to defend. They damage my giant with their catapult, but it does leave their city over here vulnerable, which is not great. But they get a city wall, and unfortunately, even though they got a city wall, wait, actually, can they get shields? Unfortunately, I don't think they can get defenders quick enough to secure this city wall, so it's gonna be rather rough for them. Because it's, and I think I was only able to do this because of that early pop ruin I had, which boosted my economy earlier, and because of that I just got this extra pressure and tempo that makes it even harder for Hodrick to just defend their important cities over here. So that pop ruin play definitely helped a lot. Definitely did something good. And yeah, so I move my units, of course, moving them forward. I rode my Mindbender because to heal it, to get it in a better position for healing and pressuring our opponent. So that's what I do, and sure enough, they do have the unsiege. Of course, it's Hodrick after all, and they use this catapult to unsiege this warrior over here, which it will buy them a bit of time. So that's nice. But I am doing a lot of pressure on my opponent here, and they are trying their best to defend, but they gave one big opening or misplay, whatever you want to call it. You'll see it soon. Okay, so here it is. Knight chains this their capital, and you're just wondering how are they gonna unsiege that. And they decide to not kill this one. They're gonna need this catapult to unsiege, but what catapult, you know? So how do I unsiege this? Well, oh yeah, and in addition to the siege, I also do this sneaky play where I heal this giant. I noticed that I want this giant to die in one hit, so I can so this giant can't hit back, because then it would get mind bent by the Mindbenders. So it kind of like makes it even harder for this Hodrick giant here. And so I do this play and like just start injuring their giant with mine, and then healing this giant, and it's just gonna keep doing that, and they're just not gonna be able to do anything about it. These Mindbenders are ruthless. They are just gonna keep healing this giant or give away their giant and just give their giant away to me, which is really rough for them. Which means which means they're not gonna be able to kill this giant, or either they kill this giant and they get mind bent, or this giant is gonna stay here and it's gonna keep getting healed by two Mindbenders. So it's a very difficult thing for Hodrick to deal with, not to mention their walls also not sufficient here, it seems, because you know, I got that pop ruin from earlier. And so yeah, I get climbing to siege, do a little block here in case they have mining for whatever reason. Like it could be possible, you know. They could have gotten like a, mining from a ruin or stars ruin or whatever. But yeah, that's what they do. And luckily for Hoodrick, they not luckily, but Hoodrick does manage to unsiege by making this port here to do a jug splash and then finishing it off with his archer. Very expensive play, but very necessary, because they did leave a catapult chainable here, which is really bad for them. But they're still gonna keep playing. They are able to unsiege at their cap at the very least and keep playing the game instead of just losing outright. So it's not over for them. Well, no. So they still have something going, but and then they have this veteran swordsman, and Hoodrick tries their best to defend from this, but I am able to unsiege their warrior over here and then keep getting crazy heals with my mindbenders. Heal this, healing those riders, healing literally everything. And then I train more riders over here. Upgrade, boost my eco even more, and then I place this gate of power over here because I was maybe because I can get a giant if I get with just hunting. And also I place another monument over here, Grand Bazaar, for the city wall. That was a misclick. It was supposed to be resources, but yeah, it's fine. So Hoodrick lands their giant and does a bit of a splash here. They plan on at least getting this city at north and cut me off. They still have this. They can. This will definitely help with a lot with their position, but I do still have this giant over here, and it is still gonna keep hitting and healing. And not to mention, I have their city. I got their city here, so it's looking really bad for them on defense. But their density is still decent enough for defense. And if they had a forest here, they could even prevent knights from reaching through. Or if not knights, they can just use they can just zone of control with this giant. So they still had means to defend, but this along with these 3 ports were a little expensive. So they did cost, some of these plays did cost them a lot just to be able to defend from me effectively, and that's thanks to the pop ruin from earlier and these mindbenders. And yeah, we're just able to keep playing. We damage this, get a little bit of that, and we deal more damage to this vet sword, move our riders over, and we train another mindbender on this capital. And you know the title of this video, so you're gonna keep seeing some more mindbender plays for sure. You'll see. So Hoodrick tries to siege in this city with his swordsman, just as he intended. I think he doesn't have enough vision, so in Hoodrick's POV here, he's just hoping that I don't have the unsiege. He's doing zone of control with his giant, and he's just hoping to take the city to further improve his position, and then maybe then he would still have something to play for, because he is Hoodrick, and Hoodrick does have a pretty strong late game, so he can still contend if he gets this city. And we'll see how that turns out for them. Yeah, so back to my POV. So you can probably see where this is going. Yeah, they managed to kill this giant over here with their archer, which is a really good play. They managed to stop my mindbenders from getting absurd heals every second. So that definitely did a lot. But of course, it's for the final nail in the coffin. I do a sneaky mindbender push. I don't think I'm pretty sure I don't need these riders to be positioned here, but this was a live game and I couldn't be bothered to check for the center, so I wanted to be extra sure with this play. So I did that, and wabam, free giant. These mindbenders are insane. And of course, for this fight, I'm just able to unsiege that very easily. Like boom, wabam. How many kills is this? And then another nail in the another final nail in the coffin. I get archery to pressure Hoodrick even more and even snipe their archers and this defending giant here. And at this point, it's just over, and Hoodrick reasonably resigns, and I win this game because Mindbenders are good, and Katzali is good, and we win the game. So yeah, this was just their third game, but they still play this really, really well. So big shout out to this our opponent Hoodrick here for winning, for playing well in that game. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I know the commentary is a bit iffy, as in like it's like I'm kind of in a rush and nervous. Like right now, I'm also feeling pretty nervous right now. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I know it's not that good, but I decided to not. I might as well post this anyway because the replay itself was just really good content, and I hope you enjoyed.